There you go. Check.
Live.
Live and direct, mother lovers. Deep in the underwaters, as always, man. Back again. We missed you last week. Did we miss them last week? We did, didn't it?
Yeah.
We missed you last week. But we're back, man. Some shit you might not never know nothing about. Myself, MysDiggi, your host, alongside my co-host, DanDNA. What's going on, my brother? Good week? Good week off?
Yeah.
Like you haven't got anything outside of this. You had a good week off,
week off, exactly. Yeah, I don't even know what I've done. It was such a nice rest. Wednesday off.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't, I love doing the Wednesday thing. I think it's like a good way to break up the week because we do this show and then it's like you're just into the weekend.
Yeah.
One more day to go.
Yeah, it breaks up the week, man. That's the thing about it as well, is it makes the week go quick, for sure. Like, especially flying back and forth and that. Come back Sunday, you know what I mean? Monday's off, then Tuesday working, then bam, Wednesday's like, all right, get ready for the show.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, weekend again. See ya. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. But good to see Mother Lovers back in the building with us, man. Yeah, we're sorry we had to miss the week off. But, man, last week there was no way I was going to do the show and be able to get my plane the next morning. I was like, yo, bruv, I better be smart about this. You know what I mean? It ain't rock and roll all the time. There's a grimy side. I think I mentioned this before. But people often, look at artists and they think, oh, wow, man, I wish I could be doing that. But there's a side of it that you might not never know nothing about, man. And, especially the traveling, let alone like being an artist, making the music and whatnot, the hours that I spent like creating it and, time that's put into mixing the music, the mastering and then, production, whether it be like CDs, I don't know if anyone remembers CDs out there, but CDs, vinyl, tees and all the merch and whatnot. Then it's like going out and performing and whatnot. And then there's the whole traveling side. You might look and see like, rah, that looks crazy, man. You're in front of thousands of people, blah, blah, blah. But then the traveling side is like, some people like traveling for 18 hours and all that to go from one place to the next to perform and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, it can get a bit grimy, but, all in all, when it's something you enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like work. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there doing that for themselves. That's how it should be, man. But yeah, so
did you have a good time?
Yeah, had a wicked time, man. Went to we started off. I flew into Marseille, and about 30 minutes away from Marseille is a place called Aix-en-Provence. I'll say that good, yeah. Aix-en-Provence.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, like we talked about this before. I didn't even know that's what it was called. Yeah, I've seen it on the board.
French, like
I've said it to people, and they're just like,
yeah. Oxhead. It looks like it's saying Aux en Provence.
Yeah.
But it's Aix-en-Provence. You see, Aix-en-Provence, no?
Local.
Or you could just say X, which, I kind of got away with a few times because while you're performing, you ain't even remembering exactly what you're meant to say.
Yeah, what do you say to the crowd?
In terms of the place. So I'll just say, I was like, X, and then I forgot the rest would be on Provence, but I got away with that because you can call it X anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, yo, X.
Ça va?
Ça va? Yeah. Literally, boy. Yeah, I'll put it out there. You know what I mean? This is real, man. And so it was kind of weird pronouncing that name. Venue was crazy. Like from the outside, it looked like something from the Flintstones.
Yeah,
like just some big bouldering looking building. And then after that, we went over to Macon, and we played at the Music Cave. La cave à musique. La cave à musique, I guess you say it. I don't know why I have to do the hand like that as well. There's like the Italian hand and the French hand, isn't it? What's the English hand?
It's usually down the front of your trousers.
Biting the other one, like biting one hand, nuts in the other. Fucking, what's up, mate? Yeah, mate. So yeah, Macon, that was pretty cool. Nice little venue. And then the day after, we went up into the mountains. We did a place called Leggett. And that don't look like what it sounds like either. It looks like Les Gets, but it's legit. See, I'll do with the accent. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's getting good.
Shout out to Chris Lehat. He knows what I'm talking about. Big up Chris Lehat, man. Shout to my common senses.
Do you know what
in
Chris Lehat means?
Chris Lehat. I thought it was like Chris the Hat, but
Yeah, you're learning. Definitely, yeah.
I'm getting good at this, D. Don't, hey, I know, you don't want to put me through those French. Bruv. Hey, no more testing, quoi. Nah, I don't know if that was, yeah. Shout out to Regantology. What's going on, my brother? I don't even know what that question, that was probably something we spoke about earlier. Cross-dressers. I don't know what. Shout out to Kenny Rebel. He says, hello, everyone. Big up Black Einstein in the building. Okay, Dan's mic was quiet, but I guess it's not anymore.
Do it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Shout out to Teddy T.
I think it's all right now. Yeah.
Sounds all right in my ears, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Teddy T. He said, bring back the wrap-ups. Jeez, boy.
Yeah, what do you reckon this year?
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what to say to people anymore because it's oh no, 2010 was actually the first one. And then I think, okay, so we got 2013, I think was the last one I did. So we got one more year, right? And then it will end up being that I haven't done it for as long as I have done it. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see then if people keep asking then. Let's wait and see. That's what I'll say to that, man. But I appreciate that though, Teddy T, for real. Shout out to Turbo Turbolicious. What's going on, bruv? Yep, 420 is the next one. We found out there might be a few hiccups, but we're going to sort it out, man. We're going to make sure we're here. We might have to invite down, you know what I mean, a couple of the heads if they're interested to come through and celebrate 420. Shit you might not never know nothing about style, you know what I mean? Give us some info. We're going to have to holler at Sam, I'm pretty sure, man, because it'd be good to get some more history on you know what I mean? Like, think about that. You know what I mean? The fact that there was a time when people had a bit of land where they had to grow cannabis. They had to grow it.
Forced.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And they were eating that shit. Cannabinoid is crazy. Yeah, you get force-fed that. You know what I mean? Sativa, that indica just getting blazed. Like, regardless whether you like it or not, boy. Kids, everyone, CBD, THC, ABD, up. Like, terpened up.
Yeah.
People just come out stinking of skunk. Like, it's just standard. Everyone's eyes red.
Go to school, they're like, have you been smoking? Like, no, like, we'll go smoke something. Give you some, have this down your throat. Like, drink some weed milk.
Weed milk, yeah. It'll be like all kinds of medicated. Have this fucking medicated burger. Nah, back then there probably weren't burgers in it. No. I wonder how long ago that was as well, man.
What, when everyone was growing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
These are all questions.
We was eating it. Jeez. You know what I mean? Just on the side, like, instead of some spinach or whatever, you got like green.
Just some
straight
buds
up.
Straight into your dinner. In your salad, you've got a bit of lettuce, mainly buds.
Mainly buds, man. Like fried bud leaves. Little like, wow, man, that'd be crazy, innit? Meatball pasta, but with buds and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't work as well. But I wonder what even, I'm trying to figure out like how would it taste as well, because it's not the sort of thing that you know what I mean? It's not like you buy a pack.
Nah.
You know
maybe
what I mean?
it's hide the flavour with...
Hide
the flavour with other things. Hide it with spices or something, or mustard or pepper.
I guess, because if you, you know, if you chew on like shit like oregano and that, or thyme even, it's not really, but mixed in with food, it's a different story, innit? So I guess, yeah. Boy, one day we'll be able to do it. One day, I tell ya. So yeah, this week we were meant to have a guest, man, but it doesn't seem like he can come through. You know, we try and keep it international every now and again. And yeah, hold on. Nah, it doesn't seem like he can come through, man. But hopefully we can set it up next time, because we're gonna go deep diving into some next shit that you might never know nothing about. You know what I mean? We always keep surprises for you, mother lovers. But shout out to Gleam, one of our last guests, man. He came through and caused a bit of a wave. There's been some talk behind the scenes, do you know what I mean, as to whether he's legit fence earther or not. People saying he's more of a glober and he's just fronting.
What? This is comments on the
Yeah,
video.
this is comments that people, you know. So I was like, nah, I think, you know.
Let me just have a quick sip of this. Right? Keep going,
Sip
go
my
on.
tea. That's deep sipping his tea, boy. Yeah, you know, but what I appreciate that he, you know, I feel like he's being honest. Like he's like, because he's similar in the way that he's like, no, I'm still not 100% either or, but I think he leans, you know, seems to be leaning more to the global side, which is fair enough. So like,
which is weird because before the show, we was both like he probably leans a bit more towards the flat side.
Yeah.
But afterwards, yeah.
But but it's because we probed him. You know what I mean? Not in the sense of an alien probe, but like, you know what I mean? We really got down to the bottom of what is it you think then, and why do you think, and what? And then it made a bit more sense. Yeah. As to why he's like, for now, it's that thing in it. For now, the information I've got, I'm leaning more to that. But I'm not counting it out. Yeah. You know, because of the fact that the models work on both. Yeah, so it's an ongoing thing that we're going to try and sort out here at the, I'm joking, get fully involved in flat Clover. Nah, but we felt that it should be, you know, it would make sense for us to balance it out by getting a globe over.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, and then, you know, so we were waiting to see if that can happen. High level, innit?
Yeah, somebody who can put the arguments in.
Got the proofs.
Yeah, because you could have anyone on and there'd be a globe earther. Most people are globe earthers.
Yeah, but that's what I didn't get about the fact that it is a movement of globe earthers. It's like, I thought everybody else was a globe earther, and that's it.
You've got to have your shock troops, so at the front, you know, the ones who are just there to just enforce.
Yeah, the enforcers.
Yeah, the enforcers.
Prefects.
Yeah, because probably religious people should be flat earthers.
Yeah,
really. There's no, you know, there's more like evidence on the God side of things for flat earth. So you think religious people would be flat earthers, but then they have their shock troops who are out the front doing the actual work for flat, you know, like arguing with people and trolling people and the rest of it. So yeah, you've got to have the same for globe earthers, I suppose.
So religious, so people into the Bible, you mean, innit?
Yeah, they should.
Like, should they believe in dinosaurs as well? Would that work?
There's some interesting, like, sort of fundamental Christian videos online about dinosaurs, how they explain dinosaurs.
Is it?
They do make dinosaurs fit into it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you not gone through all these videos of the Christians explaining coal, oil, dinosaurs? They've got explanations for all of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, so they can say, yeah, in the book it says this and this means this. So that's why you've got cars and all that.
They've got there's a good thing on on oil that they do where it's about the tree bark getting stripped off the outsides of the trees and then it all falls down to the bottom of the lake. And then that sort of like makes it anaerobic at the bottom of the lake, so no bacteria can get in, and then it really quickly turns to like tar and oil. So they're like, oil doesn't need to be formed over millions of years; it just needs like 1,000 years. So all the oil is from like a flood. That's what their thing is that when the trees all got knocked over in the flood, they got span round in the water, the bark all fell off, sunk to the bottom. Bark's really heavy, so bark just sort of creates like an anaerobic, you know, system with plant life underneath it, and then all those plants turn to
That's interesting.
oil.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Because I've seen that talk about the there's not constant oil, but there's for water. I'm sure some of the common sensors might know, but there's this thing called I've forgotten the name now, but
Abiotic oil.
no, not
Right.
abiotic oil. There's also water
Oh, okay.
that's basically it's constant, so it's never really running out.
Right.
You know, so there's always like a massive. Oh man, I'm messing up right now. I'm trying to find the word, but there's like a whole reservoir of both, and you know it's like deep beneath, like below the earth or whatever.
Yeah, primordial, primordial waters. Or
Yeah,
something.
they call it prime water, prime oil. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
So you've got
yeah,
one for both.
Yeah. So there's something there, man. There's something there. Yes. Nice one. What's going on, bruv? The nice one, JM, in the building. Good to see you, man. Yeah. What's it? Kenny Rebel said Christians against drugs page is funny as fuck. Christians against drugs. Wow. Yeah. Satan is in everything, if I'm not mistaken. Not mistaken.
Christians against drugs.
Yeah, see it there. Regentology's right. Yeah. So Gaddafi had apparently tapped into that water, the primal water.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, they say that they wanted to get rid of him is because he was letting those secrets out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be surprising, man. What do you lot think? I wouldn't be surprised.
So this is Gaddafi and primal or prime.
I think it's called prime water.
Prime water.
I think it was prime water. Yeah. You know, like imagine the way they go on about, you know, water disappearing and, you know, people taking over different regions of the world to own water.
Yeah.
And so all these get, but then you think like, right, really? Like, what? So that's it. People are going to be like starving for water left, right and center. Like, can they really do that?
Fighting over the water.
Yeah, man.
Using what? Water cannons. Using super soakers.
Using sponges to soak it up the place. Like, yeah, I'm with sponges. No, get the fuck out of here. It's like, right, boy. Shout out to Mars Detective. Back again. What's going on, bruv? Hello, MysDiggi. Do you read? If so, yeah, I do. Oh, all right. We'll do that, man. We'll do that.
Yeah. Have you still not got your book? Has he still not got your book?
I haven't, man. I want to read it as well, you know, because I'm interested in what Mama's got to say. So it's basically the same name you wrote there, or wrote there rather, at hotmail.com. Hello to all, MysDiggi at hotmail.com. It's out there, man. Or you can go to my website, send an email there, I'll hit you back. You know what I mean? Ain't no thing but a chicken's limb, baby. Yeah, man. So, been a mad one. Got back. Yeah, basically, the last gig was mad. It was more or less like we were performing in a giant snow globe because it was snowing. It was up in Leggett. And it was all like, it's a ski resort, basically. Like, it's their après-ski, so it's their last sort of festival. And yeah, man, it was crazy. Kind of weird, like, performing with all your coat on, woolly hat, gloves and all that. But it worked out, man.
So it's still, could you have gone skiing if you wanted to then? Is it like...
Yeah. Still, there's still bits, but you can see, like, there's a bit more green than there normally would be.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's end of season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was really cool, man. So it's nice to be able to get back into the wilderness. You know what I mean? And hit up all you mother lovers. Yes, shout to Conscious Minds. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, Conscious Minds might be able to... Let me hit him up. Yeah, man. So that was pretty cool. And then now I've got a couple weeks off. So we're going to make sure we're here for that 420.
Anything
you know what I'm
more about the London show? Have they said anything about that?
saying? Hold on, let me check on that actually. Nothing has been said, but let me check to see. 'Cause I think it's going to be in June or July.
They haven't said where though.
We're definitely going to be at Boomtown. So it'll be around that time, whenever Boomtown's.
Right.
Where is Boomtown in July?
July,
yeah. Be around that time.
Right, Boomtown this year. That's going to be mad because everyone's been let out.
Yeah.
Isn't they? That's just like, that was already quite a mad festival.
Yeah, Boomtown. Yeah. You remember Boomtown? Do you remember? Nice.
Yeah,
so
of
you don't
course.
remember?
Yeah, of course I do. No, I'm saying it's a mad festival already. Yeah, they had a conveyor belt that you could get up a hill on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yo, anyone been to Boomtown, boy? Jesus. You know exactly what we're talking about. It's a pretty crazy, like, Glastonbury's mad, yeah? But it's mad because it's so big.
Yeah.
Like, you can get lost there.
Yeah,
you know, it's a small town, small city. Like, I mean, in terms of a festival.
Yeah.
But like Boomtown is just wilderness. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's just you're looking around and you feel like you've taken mushrooms or whatever, LSD, straight off the bat, because what the hell is going on here? Like all these different colors, people dressed up all crazy. You know what I mean? Chewing their face off. Yeah, man. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing that. There won't be no hiccups, you know what I mean? These lot trying to run around with their new jugglings. Oh yeah, 20 years of the £10 bag now. Jesus. That's crazy. 20 years. £10 bag.
They're still trying to. That's just subtly trying to get you to do a wrap up. So that's all that is. That's what they're trying to do. They're saying no, 20 years ain't a long time between £10 bags or wrap ups. It's all right. 10 years ain't a long time between wrap ups.
Nah, look, Teddy T's talking about farmers, the £10 bag. We got to get Farmer back up, man, to talk about that, because I think it's dropping now. I think orders have been,
Chris Lahat. We showed the Lab 79 chip shop interviews on here in probably, was that January maybe? Where we had that on? I think we showed it in January.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Or maybe it's just before Christmas. No, it's January. Yeah, it's January. Either the last one before Christmas or January. But I've still got all of the little sound bites of everybody that we'll cut into. We've got to rebuild the intro at some point for the show. So it'll be, we'll put in, we've got like people saying shit you might not never know nothing about and all that sort of thing. So, a few little surprises in the intro. We'll try and put some guests and stuff in there and just make it a bit more of a sort of, where it is now rather than where it was when we built it first.
Yeah.
Check your mail and let the Masked Detective know that you've got the book.
Masked Detective 1010. I have it. It's received.
Oh,
so
finally.
Dig in. An Idiot's Guide to the New World Order. And do we live in a simulated reality? I'm going to tuck in, mate. Cheers for that, man. Appreciated. Always like to read something new. See if I can find out something else that I might not never have known nothing about. And speaking on stuff you might not never know nothing about, let's give a shout out to the Connoisseurs UK, of course, because 420 is on its way, bitches and bitchettes. Oh, who's ready, boy? You better stack up. Hey, I got to hit up a few of them. I got to hit up a few of my people because, boy, I want to make sure this 420's one to remember. We're going to get blazed. By the time D comes back from, the reason why he can't be here at the beginning, You're gonna be like, yo, what the hell is going on? Yeah, he's gonna just walk it. Yeah, we gotta be careful. But shout out to the Canisters UK, man. As always, beautiful products, man. CBD galore. You got sativa levels, you got indica levels. You can have full spectrum levels, whatever you want, man. Let me just tell you a little something about Canisters UK, an independent production. Look, we're founded by a close knit group of friends and family members. Sorry. They officially launched on September the 2nd, 2017 at Product Earth Hemp Expo and Festival, but unofficially have been helping others in the CBD community since 2015. I remember when we spoke to Sam, he talked about how he's helped people with these sort of products from way before people were even talking about it. And he made sure to do some proper investigating, some proper research to find out what and why and how it helps people. And, how he could create the best type of product, that he believed could work. So collective passion for cannabis led to discovery of legal CBD around this time. After much research and study, as I said, they began to not only take in CBD and giving it to family members, but also advocating it in the wider community and social networks. So upon witnessing the benefits firsthand, the belief in this wonderful plant grew to the point where it became the driving force in their lives. So, this is when that whole talk about anecdotal, like that's not scientifically proven is a bunch of bollocks, because that is your scientific proof there. The fact that you've done it yourself and you found the benefits, and then people around you found the same, and you're not, you don't need to lie to yourself about it. And to the point where you're like, yo, this is so good, I think everybody should be taking this, like everyone, and that's when it's real, man. So, I definitely think a lot of people should get more into the CBD. If you suffer from anxiety, you might have some aches and pains, skin problems, headaches, sleep. Your sleep patterns might be off. Menstruation. Did I say that right? Because I'm a man. I don't know if I can say.
Menstruation.
Menstruation. Yeah, menstruation. Menstruating. Yeah, menstruate. How many times have I got to say it?
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it does sound weird. Maybe because we don't say it that much. Yeah?
Maybe, yeah.
Easy,
Maybe
more.
we should say it more.
Yeah, your more is like, Ethan, you have joined at the right time. Yes, she has.
Women's show.
Yeah, I was trying to
just talk about women's.
How we pronounce women's words, like menstruation. Menstruation. Yeah, I think I got it right. But anyway, let me talk about the products here, man. We got some crazy stuff in the Canisters UK shop. You got some Belgian chocolate, yeah. You can get the indica. You can also get the sativa. This is premium as well, 100% CBD. No bullshitting. We talked about which is which, sativa is which, Dan? Sativa.
No,
ooh.
hang on. In the car
is
laid back in the car.
Yeah.
And then the sativa is the opposite.
Yeah.
The opposite would be like dead in the back of the car in a hearse. But there's the other one. That's
the one that
like
picks you up.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I tested you because I gave it the other way around. But it's so funny that you jumped back into it in the car. All right. So, so you can get balms. So CBD balms, which are really good for aches and pains, as I mentioned. If you do training and whatnot, if you do quite a bit of training, you get the DOMs, hit you like day 1, day 2 and whatnot. You can start rubbing it in way before then. And it won't hurt as much. And the same for like joints and whatnot. It's good for arthritis as well. You can also get the CBD sprays. Sprays are really good. Set your day, correctly. You're a lot calmer throughout the day. I do believe as well with both the indica and the sativa, you get more of a calming effect than you would in terms of, sativa's like usually a bit hyper, but
But you still don't get that
Nah.
with it.
That's when you're smoking it, but this isn't smoking it, you know. This is just ingesting it. So I do believe it's a bit different. But then you can go for the full spectrum, both the oils as well as the sprays. And yeah, man, that's like, bam, you're getting everything you need.
Yeah.
You know, and your body's like, ooh, going back to when you were a baby sucking on that. Yeah. Don't forget the chocolate stirrers, bitches and bitchettes. You got to get the chocolate stirrers, man. And there's a whole bunch of other products, man. Hit up cannisteruk.com and make sure when you do make your order, at the checkout, you type in SYMNNKNA. That's SYMNNKNA. And you will get yourself a whopping 20% off any order.
What?
Mother lovers.
How much?
20% off any order. Mother lovers. I repeat that.
That's good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sam and the crew, man. Yeah. We appreciate everything you do for humanity. Calming us the fuck down, because that's what we need in this crazy land that we live in, called whatever the fuck it is nowadays. Globe. Yeah, boy. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna read that stuff, man. So thanks for that, Master Detective UK. Very interesting. So let's get a roll call in. You know what I mean, what are people blazing out there this week? You lot, I know you lot are gonna be showing off. Don't do it too much. Tubbs is definitely gonna be showing off. You know what I mean? I'm on some mimosa right now. I got some mimosa. I think there's a bit of ice cream cake left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've got some Moroccan pox from Maghreb.
What?
You know what I mean?
What's that?
So it's basically some hash. You know what I mean?
Okay. What we're like? Is it
slang?
What is it though? What's the actual like? What is it like?
It's, but you know the stuff you don't need to burn it.
Right.
It's just in your hand. It crumbles like like that. Boy, it's sweet. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Right,
Low free beats with the purple straw dog. Is that? Low free beats. Said purple straw dog.
Oh, purple straw. Oh, purple star dog.
Oh, star dog.
Yeah, star dog, boy. Star dog is like
straw dog's my brand. I'm gonna have that purple straw dog.
Yeah, star dog is like the star dog has become what amnesia used to be, where it's like you can get it everywhere. So when he's saying he's got purple star dog, that's like, oh, okay, that's something that it's purple star dog. Yeah, it's a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I wouldn't expect anything less from people who tune in, unless they just have exclusive, different strains, limited edition strains like purple straw dog, or like
yeah.
purple Skittles.
Nah, man, shout out to Conscious Minds TV, Cherry Bomb Ice Cream.
Cherry Bomb
Ice cream cake. Yeah, see, he's on the Ice Cream Cake 7. Wow, Ice Cream Cake 7, okay. And gelato. Jeez.
Star Dog is the new blue cheese.
Yeah, exactly. It's like lemon ammy cheese. You know, like lemon, haze, amnesia, or blue cheese, like cheese. It's like, yeah. I got some of that. You got some of that. All right, what else you got? Like, just in case. You know. Yeah. If it's good, it's good. See, Kenny Rebel saying cheese sucks, but sometimes you can get a banging cheese. Like there is, you know, the occasion when the cheese is like, rah, that's a cheese. Okay.
Yeah.
It depends who grows it, you know what I mean? Depends who you know out there, you know?
Lemon, Conscious Minds TV, lemon is still my favourite. Yeah. That was, I know what you mean by lemon. Yeah, that was the very lemony smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I notice the smells though still. I can still smell, you know,
still got it in
say
you.
The cheese, you can smell like a sort of
they
are
cheesy.
definitely sort of cheesy.
Yeah.
And lemon is obviously very
But you like there are, you know, as much as we, you know, can kind of dog them a bit, when they're done right, you remember like, oh right. Because I prefer all them hazes and that. I don't really like the metallic. I prefer when it's got like a slight cushy kind of, there's more of a kick to it than that just metallic taste. Shout out to you more. Purple Skittles. And I got a little, what's that? Tasty handmade hashies too. Jeez, all right. I'll be showing off about it now. Handmade, yeah, just handmade. It's like, all right.
Right, you need to calm down with the handmade stuff.
The ice cream is nice for real though. Shout out to Bruce Willis in the building. What's going on, bruv? Big up Irish. Yes. Yeah, lemon tree is nice. Definitely. Lemon tree is quite refreshing. It's got quite almost like menthol, but not the mint. You know what I mean? It's got that kind of vibe to it. And you blaze it like, oh.
But these are all like, it was interesting about the terpenes things. These are all actual things that you find in lemons, and they're things that you find in mint. But the cheese terpene, I don't know, what would that be? I suppose there are like certain plants that smell a bit cheesy.
Yeah, and also...
feet.
Yeah, it's quite a natural kind of cheesy smell. It's like an off, which you'd kind of go with, you know, that, not so much the mold, but what would it be? The acid of the cheese, kind of that, you know, gives it that tanging. Ferment. Yeah. Kind of that.
Yeah.
And so it's where it hits you on your palate, innit? Where that terp hits you on your palate, it will hit you in the same place as some kind of cheese would. Or some smelly sock. Yo, bruv, there's some bud where it's like, yo, it smells like puke. There's bud that smells like baby puke. Like, I've forgotten what it's called though. But it smells like, and you're like, bruv, for real. Yeah, like marmalade can smell like baby puke. Yeah, there's a bud called marmalade, which a lot of people love. I think it's all right, but, you know what I mean? I need a little kick. It's like as if you know, like marmalade, but they took out the, what is it when you put the peel in? There's bits of peel in marmalade, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's minus that, so there's no tang to it. It's just the
jelly
outside, that kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think some people kind of get that from moss, like Irish moss. If it's not too, you know, if you've cooked out the sort of sea flavor, if you've done it well, then people are like, oh, it kind of doesn't taste of anything. It just tastes like a jelly kind of, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's so many things you could do with it, man. Yeah. Marmalade, boy. People go crazy over that. But yeah, man, I'm on the mimosa, man. I only found out recently, I didn't know that mimosa is actually a drink. Well, I knew it was a drink, but I didn't know that the drink was actually a mixture of orange and champagne. And it makes sense. Like when you try mimosa, it's got that bubbly, it's got a orangey terp, but like a bubbly kind of fizzy feel to it. Like, damn, man. People are spot on.
Oh, we've got 521 official in the building, Blade.
Yo, what's going on? Evening, all right. What's going on, Blade? We got to catch up, boy. It's been a minute.
JC Young.
Yes, but see, I know who that is, man. That's Young Blood. Young Blood in the building. The voice he's doing it is buy my CD. You got to do smile like this. Buy my CD. Yeah, I ain't even going to hail out who that is, though. Yeah, man. But yeah, it is interesting. The different flavors. There's one called cherry pie, which is very much like cherry pie, but sometimes it can taste a bit fishy.
Fish pie?
Yeah, it's all, so then
wouldn't sell as well.
You call it fish pie. Right, you got that cherry pie? Nah, bro, it's fish pie now.
Like kilos of fish pie
yeah. Yeah, you be fuming, boy. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, so, 420 looking to stock up. Definitely got to get some people down and enjoy it the right way.
Yeah.
The way it should be. So I'm going to shout a few people, see if they're up for it. But
you're going to try and fill the room up as well.
Not crazy, but
You should.
Yeah. Get a few people in, have a little blaze, talk about the days of blaze.
Yeah, looking like one of them Chief Keef videos. All your tops off, touching each other on the shoulder, smoking weed
Awkwardly,
together.
guns in the air. Some of them real, some of them not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Funny old one, boy. But yeah, man. This week, so we got to catch up on our investigations, man.
Yeah.
Got to make sure people out there really know what's going on in the world and how to navigate through the world. You know what I mean? This is one of the main reasons that I do these investigations.
What one are you doing? First one.
So which one's the first one? Fly on the wall,
didn't do a
innit?
bit of wisdom. We didn't do that one, did we? Hang on.
Oh, didn't we? Damn, has it been like that, yeah?
We're
Jesus.
backed up.
On the investigations. See, man's out there doing this shit. Black 007. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get that James Bond role before Idris. Any of them, or what's it called? They said the girl was going to get in it. Nah, man. Let me in, man. Let me in.
Do you want to do the more recent one?
Yeah, because that's what one I got up.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we'll do that, which is right here, my beloveds. Mice Investigates time.
It was
I
Dave.
think it was...
No, I don't think I've got that one in there.
Oh, you can go to the other one then. I'll just find it.
No, it's all right. No, it's fine. I'll find it somewhere. It's probably in the chat somewhere.
Oh, yeah. It should be in the chat because I think I said it last. Yeah. You're right here, mother lovers. With some shit you might not never know nothing about. Been a crazy one. So now they're saying Bojo and what's his name? The mayor?
Who?
Our mayor. The London mayor.
Oh, Sadiq Khan.
Sadiq Khan? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Sadiq Khan. I was thinking of someone else.
Sadiq Khan.
Yeah, like, so they've been done now. You know what I mean? They've been convicted. They've been charged. I wonder what people are going to do now. Well, for having a party, like during lockdown.
I thought he was going to just say something much more important.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I wonder what people are going to do now. What are we going to do about it now?
Well, that's the government sorted out.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to other business.
Like, they've caused their trouble.
That's them sorted out, naughty government.
It's madness, bro.
Yeah, that's it. There's much bigger things you could take them to court about and get them,
It's amazing.
convicted of.
It's amazing. People are upset that they had a party.
Oh, apparently it's Rishi Sunak that's being charged, not Sadiq Khan. Yeah, that's
who I was thinking it was, but I thought I was going to get it wrong. Yeah, I actually thought Rishi Sunak, but I was like, yeah, but am I wrong though? It might be Sadiq Khan, and then you were like Sadiq Khan. Like, yeah. Whoopsie daisy.
We'll cut that bit out. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But yeah, it's madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the fact that has been going on so long. Do you know what's mad about it? The reason
finally, though, they got done.
Yeah.
The main thing.
How long did it take? Is it like about?
But how long are they going to get for it?
I don't think they get anything. I think they're getting fined. Like they just have to pay a fine. Maybe the £10,000 fine. But what about the other people that were there? Don't they get in trouble as well?
Yeah. I suppose.
How was it just these two?
They'll just. You won't have to pay that fine. No one has to pay the fines.
Nah, they're just acting under their persons.
Piers Corbyn got fined £10,000, didn't he, at the time? Do you remember?
Is it?
Jeremy Corbyn's brother got fined £10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
anti-lockdown thing.
Yeah,
Didn't want to pay it, and they let him off in the end.
Yeah.
It's basically
So it's all news, isn't it?
It's just a parking ticket.
And they know how to get out of it.
PCN. Yeah, but, parking tickets, anyone can get out of a parking ticket.
Yeah. Wow, man.
Especially if you ain't actually done anything wrong.
People at home like, yes, good. Yeah, they deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is some people see this as the biggest government scandal for the last God knows how long. people are treating this like it's everything hinges on this one thing. There's much bigger things that you could be convicting them of.
Bruv, like that hair, for one, you can definitely be convicted of that shit, boy. I'll tell you that right damn now.
They fined them £800.
£800?
Yeah, that's what someone said there, yeah. Kenny Rebel.
£800?
Yeah, £800 fine. Fuck, how are they going to recover from that?
That's madness, man.
£800. That's them then. That's bankruptcy.
Right, if
yeah,
you check
Rishi Sunak.
I just did the see how they make it big news though, innit? It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like, even though just the fact that they've got charged now is enough for people. They don't care whether they pay it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been publicly. It's like a big shame. Yeah, you are guilty. You're guilty of doing it. I'm like, all right then.
It's probably the biggest scandal of the last 2 years. Apart from the actual. That's what you should say to people. You should just say to people, it's probably the biggest scandal of the last 2 years. And they're like, oh no, yeah. And you're like, apart from the actual COVID thing itself, but apart from that, it is probably the biggest scandal. Yeah. Apart from locking down the whole world based on some really bad computer algorithm. That's
crazy, man.
Yeah,
and you know, like, the reason I brought it up is because in France, they've actually there's some guy that's well known, and I think he's linked with politics, and he's been accused of. He's like actually a good friend of their president, you know, prime minister, whatever, Macron, and he's been accused of having a party during lockdown and getting away with it and whatever. And I was like, bruv.
So they've got a similar thing going on.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I bet he had a better party though.
Yeah, probably. French food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, beer's cheaper as well.
The food, French food.
Champagne. 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 I don't even know how to say champagne in French. Fuck it up, man.
Wow. Never had to ask for champagne in France yet.
Nah, I just get given it. Oh. Oui, yeah. Yeah. C'est bon ça. Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy though. You know, like, to think that. And I was like, right, you know that we've got the same, well, a similar thing, but it's actually our prime minister and partying, and they're like, yeah, we know. I was like, what? But, you know, to each his own, man. To each his own. I think it's that thing, innit? Like we always say, man, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's hard to unsee when, like, right, people are being played in some form of way. But yeah, man. Did you find the investigation then? Let's get that popping. You know what I mean? Run that through the show. Shout out to all the listeners tuning in via the podcast. You know what I mean? Not seeing my shiny forehead or Dan's hair. Dan, your forehead's not shiny, but you got forehead as well.
I've got forehead.
Yeah. So we want to give a shout out to all of you lot because, you know, sometimes we feel like we're forgetting. There are people that are just listening in whilst they're doing their chores. Yeah. Doing their workout even. Yeah. Possibly in the shower. I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Depends who we've got on as a guest.
Yeah, well, you know, I've got the voice of chocolate velvet cake sometimes, you know. If you slice it open, it's what it sounds like. I mean, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're not on the, if you haven't got the podcasts, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, you haven't got the full experience because, you know, sometimes you want to go back and have a listen to one of the guests that we've had on. So, you know, get the podcast as well, and then you can. If you don't have the podcast and the YouTube, you're not a real collector. You know, we only want real collectors. You've got to collect it. We've got to catch them all. You've got to catch our podcast. You've got to catch the video, even if it's the same thing. We just want collectors. So go and subscribe to the podcast.
Yep. On
Get our
iTunes,
numbers up.
Spotify, Anchor.
Yeah. That's the
big
big ones. All
Yeah.
the rest of them don't really matter.
Don't they matter anymore?
What other ones do you know?
D Live matters.
Yeah, that's the live stream though, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Podcast
so yeah.
wise, beyond the ones you said.
Yeah, okay.
Castbox.
I get what you mean. Castbox, that's it. That's the
Yeah.
one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out to all you crew as well, man, because we appreciate all you mother lovers each and every week, man. This is how we do it here. Yes, we were going to get a guest in this week, but unfortunately you couldn't make it. So we're just going to fill in and give you some more shit you might not never know nothing about, just like this right here. Mice investigates, mother lovers. That's right. This week's investigation comes courtesy of that fly on the wall that you can never quite swat. It makes you wonder if you could be a fly on the wall.
Oh. Yeah, that's not the one I've got.
Oh, isn't it?
No, the one you sent me is not that one.
Oh, shit. Sorry, man.
That's all right.
Oh, have we done that one then? No, we can't have.
No, the fly on the wall one is going to be good, so let's do that one.
All right.
Yeah.
I sent you that, innit?
No, the one you sent me is the bit of wisdom.
Oh, my bad. Oh, see, we got so many investigations popping off, man. Jesus. Finding out
Close
the
a few of
ultimate
these
shit.
cases.
All right, so let me get this right then. Make sure everyone's up. Yeah. Fly on the wall, bitches and bitchettes. We got some brilliant answers as well, man. I want to shout out, give appreciation and a shout out to all the people that got involved because, geez, some people are very interested in some fucked up shit. I'll tell you that. Very interested indeed, man. Yeah. Yeah. Your more doesn't use Spotify or iTunes. Blame you, I don't. You know what I was thinking about? Language, yeah? I think we were talking about phonetics the other day, innit?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, how, so there, I wonder if there are people out there like among us that are speaking a language that there are like only a certain percent of people, you know, other than the whole legalese stuff and all that. But I mean, are there people that have made up their own languages now that are just rolling around communicating that we don't know about? There's a possibility that that's happening, isn't it?
Sometimes I can't understand what young people are saying. No, but you know what I mean? Sometimes it moves into like, the language moves in such a direction that like you can pick it up after a while, but
yeah, well, man, going on Buki and that.
yeah.
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 Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah.
Even like
There's
the
new bits of
syntax,
slang come
the
up.
way that the language is, the sentence is structured and everything
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
It takes a bit of time for your ear to be like, oh, okay, I get what it's saying.
Yeah, it's quite interesting as well how shit pops up and then it just expands. It's come from one person
Yeah.
who's just said something a certain way and then other people
Everyone
fuck
picked
onto
up
it.
on
Yeah.
it.
Interesting. Yeah, Conscious Mind says Wu-Tang. They have their own language. It's true, boy. Wu-Tang, like, go break down a Ghostface verse. You'll be like, what the hell? I don't even know where to start. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's crazy. Raekwon as well. Raekwon's a guy, like, you can hear a verse and be like, I don't really know exactly what he's saying, but it sounded sick. Like, do you know what I mean? And he hardly took a breath as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain people was like, wow. Wu-Tang is for the kids, though, for real.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. So it's time for some Mice Investigates, bitches and bitchettes. This week, we want to find out. Oh, yeah, you're popping it off. We want to find out this week, man. So hit us up in the comment section. If you could be a fly on the wall at any time in history, where would it be and why? Where would it be and why? If you could be a fly on the wall at any time.
It's a good one.
Yeah. It's a dangerous one as well.
It is.
Certain places you wish you could be like, yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to narrow it down, but we can get to it.
Let me start off with one of our common sensors, man. Shout out to Chris Lahat. And he says, when the ancient monoliths were built, pyramids, etc. Bam.
Good one. Yeah.
That's one for sure. Like how, from where, who, how long ago, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All of it.
Pyramids. And all of them as well.
Yeah.
I'd really like to be a fly on the wall, like the oldest pyramid.
There's never
like,
been
bam,
a good
who-
explanation for any of this
Nah.
stuff ever. Not, yeah, Stonehenge, pyramids, serpent mounds, whatever. I've never seen someone say something where I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah, I remember seeing the documentary about with the pyramids in Egypt, and they said water. They used water to build them.
What,
You know, like raising
to
the
float everything.
yeah, and I thought that was quite interesting. But then, you're not sure. Like, oh, but how true is that? Because if it's
Need a lot
never
of
been
water.
done again,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
need a
Unless
lot
they
of
can
water.
actually do it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very good one, Chris Lahat, man. Ancient monoliths for real. Shout to Robbie Winterflood. He says, seeing as I'd be a fly, I'd have a short lifespan. I reckon when the biggest meteor hit planet Earth and wiped out dinosaurs, go out blazing. Shout to Kenny McCollum. He says, don't know as most of what we are told is lies and half-truths. I want to say that's true, but I have to say it's half-truth just in case. You know what I mean? Shout to Eddie Cochran Oliver. He says, it would be the room where the American elites cooked up this financial system that's crushing us as a people. And I would go full AI Qaeda on them, or Al-Qaeda on them. Jeez. Shout to Glebe. Glebe says tour bus around England with Bob Marley and the Wailers. Jeez. Yeah, that would be crazy, isn't it? Especially around the UK.
We've got a farmer on Twitter. I want to see Mary getting her immaculate conception.
Dirty bugger. Want to see Mary getting her immaculate conception, eh? You know what he means there, don't you? Oi, oi. Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Be like, rah, she's just pregnant all of a sudden. Like, I wonder as well, does the conception start like, bam, the same way? Or would it have been just like, she's just pregnant all of a sudden? Like, there's a belly. Or would it be like, yeah, no, you got to wait 9 months, oh, I'm pregnant. Like, yeah, 3-4 days later, she's just like, rah, I think I'm pregnant.
I think he's got a toilet. No.
Yeah, I wonder how it happened. That's a good one, though.
Kenny Rebel, my son just came down and said, is that Russell Brand?
That's how you know Kenny Rebel's been battering the Russell Brand videos.
Tell your son it's Russell no brand.
All right, you lot, I need to ask these lot now. Seeing as his name's come up, what do you lot think about Russell Brand? What's going on with him? How comes he's so woke all of a sudden? And like, how come he don't get taken down yet? Saying so much woke shit. What's going on there? Hit us up in the comments, man.
Let us know.
Because I need to know what you lot think. Smart mother lovers out there. And I don't mean smart in the arsey way either.
Not smart, yeah.
Not like smartphones and Smart meters. Smart is related to the word art, and art is artificial. So we got to be careful how much we praise these dumbass phones. Shout out to Kenny Westy. He says, I would have liked to have overheard Charles arranging a bit on his kid's mum. Whoa. Oh, arranging a hit. Jesus, man, that's dark, boy. Why would you like to hear that? Or to prove it, I guess, but Jesus.
Just to yourself. As a fly. That's the only person you'd be proving.
Yeah.
Teddy T in the chat, number 10, Xmas party.
Oh, number 10, Xmas party. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you know what I mean? If that's where you want to be.
As a fly.
Yeah.
On the wall.
I'm not necessarily that bothered about their party. I'd rather be at my own party, man. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why people are getting so. You lot should be more, and I'm talking to the people that are frustrated about it, more concerned with how come these people that have been telling you all this information about how dangerous everything is and how much you should be careful and rare. They know everything they're supposed to know. How comes they're the ones that are partying? That's what people should be concerned about. It's like, what the hell? What do they know that we don't know? But instead, people are like, oh, they shouldn't be doing this. Like, you shouldn't be doing this, bruv. It's crazy, man. So
Yeah,
I just have to laugh at that shit.
It's that where people are like, they broke the rules. That's not fair. They broke the rules. And it's like, well...
They're the ones telling you the rules.
You should have been breaking the rules as well.
Yeah, they're the ones telling you the rules. Like, duh.
Don't hate the...
You're nuts, man. You're nuts. I just have to laugh now. But yeah, shout out to you more. She said, I'd have to go back to the time before the patriarchy hijacked things and rewrote history. Would love to see what things were really like before all the voodoo hoodoo and mass fuckery occurred. Bam! Should drop a bomb for that. Hydra Funk Records says, on the first day of human existence, see where it all went wrong. Man. B Trekker says, rewind. King Robo style. Yes. Alive. King Robo still alive and about to graph up a big wall. I'd be a fly on that wall witnessing greatness. Yeah, that's fire. Chili Digital says, great question. I guess it would have to be when Malcolm met Martin. Gary D, W74, says, I'd love to be the picket fence on the grassy knoll on 22nd November, 1963, just to see JFK's gunman. Wow, no, that's dark. This got into a good conversation, though. So you got away with the film, said, wouldn't you be standing next to one of the gunmen? Then Gary said, that's who I'd like to see, yeah, the face of the real assassin. Well, one of them. And Away of the film, A Way of Life, the film, replied, maybe by the side of the curb drain where the shooter was hiding, took the last shot that blew half his head off. And then in brackets, he was put there as a backup in case the others didn't manage to finish the job beforehand. But close brackets. See, this is where it gets deep. You got to start looking in the comments and you find out a bit more. Like, I never heard about that. Bam, bam. Go bing that. But what do people now? People, no one's going anymore, innit?
Yeah.
They moved on. Found out DuckDuckGo has been compromised. Yeah, we got to move on.
Yeah. Who's there now? Who's the new secure search engine?
Shit, I forgot the name now. There's a few of them.
Who'd you use?
Who have I switched to? I haven't really gone all out yet, but I've been checking out. There's a couple that are like, okay, these look a bit safe, more secure and whatnot. because it does come up with a different bunch of pages when it comes to the searches.
Yeah.
What was it called? There's like one called, I think it was like Qatar or something like, not Qatar, but it started with a Q. But yeah, the thing is, you always find, and like I say, digging into the comments, you find people talk about, yeah, but they're owned by so and so and so, or they're, you know, they use Google, or so you gotta watch what you're doing, man. But for the moment, I feel like whatever, man. You know, if I'm searching for what I'm searching for, what are you really gonna do me? What are they really gonna do me for searching, like, for truth?
Right, so we've got the Russell Brand answers. Teddy T, I presume Teddy T saying, who the fuck is he about Russell Brand?
For real.
You're more, can't stand him, always thought he was a fucking tosser. 100, 100, 100. Who else? I think that's it. That's our. He's an obvious plant. That's you're more, and then Irish. He's a plant, not of the ganja type. Reagantology, stooge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, makes sense then, because boy, for me, it was like, yo. At first, I was like, oh right, yeah. Russell Brand, oh yeah. I know he's kind of woke, and you know he could talk as well.
Yeah. I remember him taking the piss out of the Manuel from 40 Towers' daughter on the radio that time.
Yeah.
With Jonathan Ross.
Wow.
That's what launched him. Oh, look, he's edgy. Look, he don't care. He gets told off for doing things.
Yeah. Wow. And, you know, I've seen a bunch of his videos keep popping up on YouTube. I'm like, right, why is... Because, you know, it's quite obvious, like, fair enough, they kind of know you're about that shit when the videos start popping up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, click it. Right, he's talking about Billy Gates. Okay, he's talking about the Queen. He's talking about this. And then, like, after a while, you're like, right, my man's getting millions of views. And he's meant to be supposedly kind of going at these people, saying, oh, they're trying to bring in this and they're trying to... After a while, you, like, realize that's how they grab your energy. So it's the same thing that happens with sports and whatnot. People get...
Yeah.
You know, they work through the week, like we were talking about before. Work through the week, and then they can take all that frustration out that they don't really realize is pent up because of the life that they're living, that they don't really want to be living, but they just do it to pay the bills and make sure got kids and blah, 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 you know. Then bam, they take it all out in their sports, like all that screaming and everything. And it's like, it's more or less the same thing.
He's a steam valve.
Yeah,
Essentially,
for real.
yeah. And if you're also getting, if you're also one of, you know, somebody who's learned a bit of reality, and you're looking for fellow travellers, and you know you don't realise that YouTube isn't the place to look, you're going to go to YouTube and find him and be like, wow, this bloke he's well out there. You know, you don't realise that YouTube is not the out there place really.
Yeah.
So you're just watching him now, and you're stuck on YouTube,
commenting, like thinking that you're,
thinking
oh
that,
yeah,
like, we're right on the edge of it all here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Like if he's gonna wake up everyone, if we all get more people to follow him, not realizing like he ain't talking about the shit that you really need to know. You know what I mean? He's keeping you in that bubble, the same bubble that you're supposed to be trying to get out of. Now you're trapped in it again, but from a different angle, from the angle that you feel like you're outside of it.
Yeah.
But nah, mate.
There's a steam valve. He lets off the steam, you know, the steam that's building up in society where people are starting to wake up to things. He's one of the things that's like, come and let off all your energy here. And then, like, you know, you can go and tell people. Because what he talks about isn't much different. It's only like one step away from the mainstream. And so you can at least talk about it around the lunch table at work. And no one's going to be like, shut up, you fucking weirdo, you know, isn't it? Because he's talking, he's not like he's sort of investigating far out edge of the, you know, edge of interest stuff. It's pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
All it, They're all have the same thing at the end of the day. They're just like, well, we just all get on with each other. Well, obviously that ain't happening, so, you know.
Well, I feel like they're there to kind of keep a lot of sort of myths alive. You know, they're there to keep a lot of the fear base. It's like saying you're going against it, you know, is also kind of making you for it. You know, similar to the whole globe earth thing. It's like the fact that they're going against the flat earth thing makes it sound like, oh, right. So there could be a possibility. There's something you feel like you have to really prove to people that they're saying is wrong. But if it was wrong, you wouldn't even be like, oh, that's rubbish. You wouldn't even need to respond, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a similar thing in a way. But yeah, I feel like he's for real the ultimate shill.
Yeah.
So anyway, when it comes to that, you have to rinse it off, man. You got to kind of do your best to detox from these shills. And I think one of the best ways to detox is go on some intermittent fasting, yeah? What can help you out with some intermittent fasting? Which is basically just, you know, spending part of your day not eating.
Just basically being normal.
Wake up in the morning, wake up in the morning and say you don't eat till, I mean, if you've never done it before, you can just try and last till about 12 midday. Don't eat, don't have your breakfast. Yeah. And you'll find after a while, you know, once you build up, you can do every week or every 2 weeks, just add an extra hour. Don't eat until 1. Yeah. You know what I mean? The next week, don't eat until 2. And you'll start to find that, you know, you might start healing a bit quicker. Your mind is a bit clearer. If you need to lose weight, it'll help you lose weight. If, you know, there's so many different things that it can help you with. And especially with the mind anyway, I feel. And then also if you're training, like, you know, but obviously, you know, depending on what your goal is. See, I said it for you there. Depending on what your goal is. But I think it's a good thing.
If you're cutting, it's really good.
If you're cutting weight, yeah, for real. If you're cutting weight, fasting is really good. And Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there that are fasting right now. You know what I mean? I know you broke it already because it's sunset, you know what I'm saying? Or the moon's up. Whichever way you want to look at it. Shout out to DVG,
you are
man.
Now bulking. If it's
bulking,
you're in your bulking phase of your day.
Yeah. Get it, boy. Yeah, man. But if you are fasting, I think a product that can really help you is Irish moss. Sea moss, mother lovers. And if you're going to get yourself some sea moss, the best place, the best person, the best people to get it from is the Sea Moss Boss. The seamossboss.co.uk is the website you can get it from. Let me break this down for you lot, man, because I love reading this. You know what I mean? It just gives you the idea of the quality of the material you're going to get from this. And, yeah, I can't say enough. Do you know what I mean? Personally, it's definitely a game changer. Sea Moss Boss. So quality sea vegetables straight from Ireland. What makes the products different is that the sea moss and sea veg is 100% wild-crafted and not farmed on ropes like most others on the market. Now, we talked about the ropes thing the other week. How, you know what I mean, you hanging on to something is not going to make you as strong as when you got grasp onto something.
Yeah.
I mean, these ropes are there just helping you out day in, day out. You ain't going to be as strong as someone who just got to clench onto
the welfare state.
Yeah. For real.
Socialism for the
sea moss, yeah. Whilst the ones hanging on the rock, they're straight off grid. Like they're just getting all their nutrients, off the land, bruv. They're getting all the nutrients off the land. So that's power, that's strength. That's like know thyself. That's the chrism within, all of it. The 7 chakras all sorted. You know what I mean? So you're getting that level of product, and which is certified by the Irish Organic Association and harvested from the rocks, which allows the veg ample time to sit in pools of cold seawater, which are replenished by the tides, giving it time to absorb the essential minerals that they provide for the veg and in return for your bodies, bitches and bitchettes. Now think about that, yeah? Ample time to sit in pools of cold seawater. So when we were talking, there's been this back and forth I've had with a few people about whether you should boil it or not, whether you should cook it, because there's like now recipes that have come out where it's like, yeah, you just soak it overnight and then drink that water. But like, think about it. If it's already sits in cold water,
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's not going to dissolve itself in that cold water, is it?
Yeah.
So you got to cook it up. You got to now allow the nutrients to expel, and then, you know what I mean? You're getting the goodness. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So people should know Irish moss is widely used to sustain the lives of thousands of Irish people. It was during times of famine. Yeah, there's a jerk out there. They give us this jerk that Irish people only survived on potatoes. Like come on, bruv. Does that make sense? That don't make sense. Nah, man, they had
Why
all
are there
types
so many
of...
Irish?
Yeah, everywhere.
Otherwise.
You know what I mean?
And they're strong.
Very strong.
Not just potato
They
people.
can drink, boy. Yo. And so the bottom line is there's a whole bunch of these types of products available from cmosboss.co.uk. I can give you the strength of the Irish. You got real bladderwrack, spirulina, dose bites, sea spaghetti, sea spice, wild crafted Irish moss, and you got real wakame. And I'm telling you, there's levels to this. Throughout, you can find that majority of the products are high in nutrients and minerals, containing some of these 92 different minerals, if not all, out of about 102 that your body needs. Imagine that. A whole bunch of different products, man. And guess what, mother lovers? You go to the cmosboss.co.uk. Make your order, yeah? Stack up, whatever you need.
I'm not saying there's going to be food shortages, but
Hey. And
these sorts of things will sustain you. When you've only got cheap pasta that you took off the shelves of Sainsbury's, you put this stuff in there. This makes that cheap pasta nutritional.
very nutritional. Iodine level popping. You know what I mean? Popping. B vitamins popping. Potassium. Magnesium. Like, bruv, it's ridiculous, man. Like, and you know, like I said, man, there's a pickup as well. Like your energy levels are different. You know,
because
whenever
all
you
these
need.
things are missing in the food now.
Yeah.
Because the way that they farm on the land is so intensive that it hasn't got time for these minerals to transact.
Yeah.
But with sea, stuff from the sea, it is, but obviously some parts of the sea aren't as good as other parts of the sea. Where this is from is a good part of the sea.
That's the beautiful part of it. That's like, I think for me, that's where I was like, yo, that makes all the sense
Same
in the
with
world.
not farming them, not over farming it all, all that stuff. It does destroy the nutritional
Makes so
content.
much sense. And you can get batches, man. If you want to get cake, if you want to get a kilo of any of these things like dose, telling you it's worth it. 'Cause that shit will last you. And, like Dan said, not going to say there's going to be a food famine or nothing, but you never know, mother lovers. And shit lasts about, I think you can get bags and then they last about 2 years. I think I was told that, a year to 2 years. So, hey, you can't go wrong. So again, hit up the cmosboss.co.uk and make sure once you get to the checkout, you type in about 20. That's right, mother lovers. About 20 for 20% off any order of your sea veg products, man. And I'm sure people know by now, we wouldn't be pushing anything that we thought wasn't something that could benefit people because, it doesn't make sense, man. We represent a culture that was about keeping it real. We know nowadays that doesn't mean what it used to, but we still represent the original meaning of that. And so, if we find people that, especially, independent, like people that are businesses that are doing something that are actually good for people, that, we got to do that, man. So shout out to the CMOS boss, always, man. Irish Yep. Shout out to Ken F in the building. What's going on, bruv? Yeah. Definitely have fun with that CMOS, man. Jeez, making the gels. Woo! And I've worked out little ways just getting that fishy odor out. Yeah. Richie, I got to hit you up, by the way. Shout out to Richie and Touraine. I'm going to hit you up and get a couple cakes, bruv. It's about time to stock up again, you know what I mean? Yeah. Get some of that bladder Get iodine popping. Yeah, man. Right, let's get back to these investigations. Serious shit going on out here, bruv.
We got on Twitter, D-Rocker, the alleged secret meeting that changed the direction of travel for hip-hop, mass culture, and the people formerly known as blacks. Or the last Bilderberg meeting, because what's happened since suggests they were high as fuck. The alleged secret meeting that changed the direction of travel for hip-hop. Right, okay, yeah. The alleged secret, what do you know about the alleged secret meeting?
Okay, the secret meeting that changed hip-hop music and destroyed a generation. So, like, I'm trying to remember when this was. This was probably when allhiphop.com and what was the other? There was another hip-hop website and they kind of started popping. I've forgotten the other name, man. But they must have posted about, oh, is this a rumor or not? And so this is like over 10 years ago, easily. It's probably like 2009 or something, maybe. And it was meant to be someone who was, you know, kind of whistleblowing that there was a secret meeting back in the day, like in the sort of, you know, early to mid 90s, and involving sort of, you know, very large music, you know, industry people, mainly record labels, distribution, you know, some artists and whatnot, and talking about how they need to push the culture of hip-hop, the hip-hop music, into a more gangster, you know, sort of representation, into a more gangster representation. And so, and the reason is because the same companies that own, you know, these record companies and businesses and that involved in the music also own penitentiary property and whatnot. And so the idea is that, and so, you know, yeah, the idea is that, yeah, shift the whole kind of theme into this more thug world, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, no pun intended by saying that, by the way. But yeah, shift it into that more of a mode as opposed to all the, you know, Daisy A's type, like, hey, happy rap and just fun and whatnot. And then, you know, now this business can start running where we're filling up all these penitentiaries, prisons and whatnot with people out in the streets who are influenced by the music. So that was the thing that came out. I've got it here, but it's quite long.
There's a film about it.
Is there a film about it?
There's a documentary about it in there called like something like 15th Amendment or something like that, or I don't know. It's called something like that.
Oh, you're on about the
13th Amendment, or
yeah, the 13th Amendment. Yeah, 13th Amendment.
Is that what it's called?
It's either the 13th or 14th. I think it's the 13th Amendment.
14th is the sequel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not as good. Sequels are
Sequel. Yeah, 13th Amendment. Is it?
Is that it? Documentary?
13th it's called, I think. It's called 13th. But yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, 13th,
yeah. That whole thing came out back then, and then, so, you know, people online went, well, yeah, no, I don't believe it, and whatnot. But, you know, it says it was 1991. And I think he came out, or he or she came out and said this. Yeah, so this says 2012. I think it might have even been before then. And, you know, when you look at the game now, You look at the music with like hip hop, what it is now, or rap. You might as well say.
When did they have the second meeting? When it was like, we're gonna make them wear tight trousers. That's the
Yeah,
next meeting.
we're gonna make him just tat the fuck up.
What we're gonna do with this hip hop movement now?
Yeah,
We're gonna make them wear tight
up.
trousers. Yeah,
It's like,
and mumble.
bruv. You know, so when you think about it now, it might be true. What this whistleblower might have been speaking facts. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that's what D-Rock is on about.
Right.
Pretty deep, man.
Yeah.
Pretty deep. All right, so who else we got? Natty speaks on this investigation. If you could be a fly on the wall at any time in history, where would it be and why? Natty speaks says when they signed the Minsk agreement. Yeah, I know D wants to break that down. The Minsk agreement. No? Nah? All right.
I'm not really into like current affairs and politics and all that. I'm trying to stay away from it. It's too much trouble.
Yeah. Shout out to Youngblood. And we got to check out the Joff show as well, man. We actually should get him on and so he can talk about, because he started the podcast as well. And he's got some really funny shit on there as well, man. It's hilarious. So, the production, yeah. It's good, man. Good promo work as well. More people need to get on it, man, for sure.
Yeah.
But Jesus. So he says, I'd like to see what my first post-nut clarity face was like. Still trying to work out how to bottle that emotion. Jesus. Emotional nuts. All kind of notes, boy. Dulcet tones and shit. Shout out to Black Chronicle. He says, I'd want to see how big these dinosaurs were, bruh. I would have said, he would have said then, world agenda meetings, but knowing them lizards, they'd probably sense a fly in the room and eat me.
That's a good one.
All right, so Maxavelli, he says, I see this question and actually gave it a thought before answering. Thought of a few crazy ones, but once I saw your guest, he said, no. Okay, so I think this was, this is something to do with the moon landing. Yeah. We won't get into that. Well, no, but I do like your theory about the moon landing, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I do like it. There's a possibility.
Read a book called Dark Moon.
Dark Moon.
Yeah. It's like in 3 different parts. And they sort of... So all the early photography analysis, where they're analysing the shadows and all that, that comes from this book, Dark Moon. So they were one of the first sort of, big people busting it all open. Going into it, properly examining the photography, the lighting. One of the guys who wrote it is like a lighting expert in film and, film and TV or whatever. So he understands all about the shadow fall and all that sort of stuff. And then they started analysing all the film, and then there's the documentary they done called What Happened on the Moon or something. I think it's called an investigation into the Apollo missions or something. So they then break down all the footage as well in that. But then the third part of the book, they sort of go into the whole speculation of like what was actually going on at the time and all that. So yeah, it's a good book. It's not really well-known book. You know what I mean? It's just on a little independent publishing thing called Orlis Publishing. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and so the theory is that there was an attempt to go to the moon.
Yeah.
And they possibly did, but they didn't come back.
Yeah.
And so instead, they, NASA decided to mock it all up. Which is
as a sort of celebration of the achievement, but not necessarily the reality of it. Because they wouldn't want you to see the reality of what happens when you go into space. It's probably
So you'd say
Probably
that
pretty grim.
they felt successive, even though
Yeah,
they didn't get him back.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we got someone up there.
So do you reckon Moon might have been? Is it Moon? No, not Moon. What's the other one? What's the one with what's her name? The actress that played in Ocean's 11, Pretty Woman.
Julia Roberts.
Is it Julia Roberts?
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Julia Roberts, isn't it? What was the space thing she was in? Oh man, I hate that.
I don't know.
It was kind of an innovative. Nah, not Julia Roberts. Oh, sorry, it's not Pretty. Oh, they all look the same to me. Well, I've forgotten what her name is now.
Alien.
Nah, not Sigourney Weaver. Hold on, I'll find it. Pretty Woman, you lot are going to crack up, boy. Tell you.
I'll carry on with some of these. Simp Fried Rice, Marvin J. on Twitter saying
Gravity.
where he would want to live. Oh,
Sandra
okay.
Bullock, sorry. Yeah, Sandra Bullock. Pretty Woman. Sandra Bullock, Julia
Less
Roberts,
pretty.
you know.
The room where biryani was invented to find out how a true genius works.
Marvin J with the fire. That's fire right there. For real. Biryani, you can't go wrong, boy. Yeah, with banging biryani. Jeez.
Reagantology, any Bilderberg meeting, or when Bill met Bojo recently. Bill met Bojo.
Did they have a meeting? Yeah.
What Bill's that?
Billy Gates, innit?
Oh, right. Okay.
Billy G, baby.
Yeah.
Back again. Probably setting up the next one, innit?
Yeah.
Right, this is what we're going to do for the next one, bruv. Like, see, this is where you lot fucked up, because they're man in Canada had it on lockdown.
Okay, so what do I do? What do I do for this?
Banged it out. So you, man, look, just across the waters, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be.
So what am I doing on this one? You're just going to play an idiot.
Right.
Oh, do I get to do anything? No, just act like a fucking idiot. That's it.
Can I say something? So I tell them don't go to work, or no, go to work, but don't go to work.
Your more got it. Sandra Bullock. She said you mean Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Question mark.
Yeah. No, she's saying, you mean Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Yeah, not you mean Sandra Bullock. Like, you fucking...
You mean
tried
Sandra
to put
Bullock?
dig me in there.
Then a question mark next, as in like, this
Yeah.
isn't making much sense.
No, it was Sandra Bullock, yeah. But the reason why I brought that up was what? Gravity, we're talking about.
The moon landing stuff.
Yeah, so I was, that's it. I was saying, I wonder if that was a tribute to the people they lost out there.
Gravity, yeah.
Because remember that one dude?
Yeah.
Just like,
The fucked up film.
It was, isn't it?
It destroyed everything. Everything
No.
is, there's no space travel after that because of the amount of debris floating around the Earth, surely.
Yeah.
It's all it's painted as this thing of like, oh, she manages to get back home and all that, but she just destroys everything in the process of like coming to Earth. Everything is destroyed. It's all floating around the Earth.
But at least she's
But at least she's
Do you know
safe.
what? I did think that at the end though. I was like, right, that's kind of messed up because like how that shit she fucked up.
Yeah. Turbo Tubalicious, yeah. Turbo Tubalicious has got a podcast, one of the podcast editions named after him.
Oh, for real?
Like episode 7 or something. Turbo Tuberculosis was what you thought you'd read. I think we was talking about your neck. Yeah. So Turbo Tubalicious says a fly on the wall of that Tesla that's supposedly in space.
Yeah, see. The Tesla supposedly in space. Like, there's so many questions about that, man.
Yeah.
How does that work? How are they still filming it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it. So
Yeah.
and he's just popped up again in relation to Twitter, ain't he?
Oh yeah, now he owns
No,
what is it,
He's the
26%?
major shareholder. Yeah.
So
He owns the
he's.
most, I think it's 23% is the most that one person owns.
Do you reckon Twitter had lost its membership? Like membership had dropped over the
But only of a certain demographic of people. So only conservatives. So one of the things that I've heard is that they've got Elon Musk on board so that more conservatives can come on board with Twitter again. So it's not so one-sided on there. But they only want certain types of conservatives who are going to agree with war against Russia. So it's sort of, they're trying to sort of build like a non-partisan agreement that we should go to war with Russia. So they want prominent voices from the right to go on there and be like, oh, we should go to war with Russia. And then it looks like everyone agrees that we should go to war with Russia. So they're trying to sort of cultivate a world war, aren't they? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
They're building consensus. They're building consensus. The place where those arguments are won is on Twitter, really. And at the moment, it's really one-sided on Twitter.
So they're trying to level it out.
Yeah, trying to level it out, but only in a certain only in the mainstream. They only want a mainstream opinion on there still, but they're trying to sort of say, oh, it's safe to come back onto, because now they're talking about, oh, well, maybe Donald Trump will get his account reinstated on Twitter now that Elon Musk's on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
What? So he's not on there already?
No, he got banned. Yeah.
Trump got banned. What did he get banned for?
Being Donald Trump.
Being orange.
Just as soon as he stopped being president, he got kicked off. His private account got shut down.
It's like, it's a movie, man. It's like,
but that's what
drama
that's what they're saying. That now Elon Musk's on there, there's a possibility that Trump will get his account back. So that tells you what they're trying to do. They're trying to build like a sort of general consensus across left and right that there should be one direction that we're moving in, and that's like a world war.
All right, common senses. I want to find out, what do you lot think of Elon Musk? Be honest now. Don't worry about like whether we've been talking negative about him. If you think, be honest, because I'm very interested to see what people, because it's so different out there. Like, I have some friends that are just like, yo, Elon Musk this, that, the Tesla, blah, blah, blah. And then other people are like, yo, he's devil. He's, he's like Bill Gates' son-in-law. You know what I mean? And it's kind of annoying that there are these people anyway that are looked at in such a way, and not only do people, kind of adore them, in the way that they shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't really respect other persons in the way that we do. Look up to them in such a way, and it's the fact that they do is one thing, but the fact that it's because they've made loads of money, they've managed to, exploit loads of people in some form of way.
Yeah.
That's what the stuff that we look up to. Unfortunately, it's kind of embedded in us in a way, through school and whatnot. Like, oh, that's what you're meant to. Oh, somebody's done it, so yeah. Oh, wow. Now I really, I want to be like them. I look at it and it's like, nah. You should want to be like you. Like, look within. But man, they've befuddled people, boy.
I heard somebody talking about even like Fight Club and films like that, how they've got this sort of anti-establishment message in them. That's what the overall message of the film. But within the film, there's like a bit where he like grabs some guy and like goes to kill him, but then lets him go and says like, you've got to promise me you'll go and live go and do the business that you wanted to do and start your own business. And and it's just like, what? So you want him to be a capitalist? So like the film's like anti-capitalist, but then you're like, one of the messages in the film is like, you should go and be a capitalist.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop working for this person. Work for yourself. Be a small businessman. Collateral's the same. The film Collateral with Tom Cruise is that he's getting Jamie Foxx. He's driving around in his cab, and he's like all, you know, agent of chaos. Tom Cruise, who's going around assassinating people, but he tells Jamie Foxx, you know, you've got to basically start a business yourself, start your own cab company or your own limo company. To do. There's always this sort of weird message that, like, really, you should be like a greedy bastard as well, like everyone else. You know, that's what you should be pursuing. And Elon Musk is that, because he's a libertarian. You know, that's his whole thing, is that, like, everyone should be free to make as much money as they want.
Yeah, he's that guy, innit? And get into tech, tech this, tech that.
Shares, stocks and shares,
everything.
Bitcoin, fucking Dogecoin, you know, whatever it is. It's all about making loads of money.
But and the whole idea of augmentation, right? Like the whole idea of
AI,
yeah.
What did he do the other week? A robot worker or something? He's like, oh, we're working on robot workers, so he's just going to replace you eventually as well in the workplace. So in order for him to make more money, he's going to take your money away. He's going to stop you getting a job, and he's going to like employ his robots, and he'll get the money that you was getting paid, and you know. So yeah, if you support someone like that, you're really supporting your own demise.
Yeah, there's a few people. He's a hyper-capitalist, right? So
libertarian.
Libertarian. So what is a libertarian?
Because I never have totally open, you know, totally free markets on everything. Is that there should be no restrictions or limitations on how people trade or buy or sell or make money or anything like that.
Oh, so that's like more or less.
Or laws. Shouldn't be any laws, limitations on, you know, what you can do in your life.
Like on the business side or
everything, really.
Yeah.
You know, shouldn't be any small state. Like a small state that has very little regulation or control over people within the state.
And they want the whole world to be like that.
Yeah, because they're pretty much. I mean, there are right-wing libertarians, but they're pretty much open borders and, you know, libertines. They're just everything's about personal freedom. But that also includes you could make your own army. You know what I mean? If you can afford to pay an army, you should be allowed to build your own army. So a lot of these companies from, say, the East India Company or whatever, and they were all sort of a libertarian model, you know, because they were private companies, but they could afford their own armies, and as a result, they can take over countries and they can do it. You know, so
wow,
if you and your neighbour are living as libertarians, and your neighbour's got more money than you, he could just buy an army and then take all your stuff. Or take money from you,
and like he should have the freedom to do that.
Yes, that's what that. Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't be any laws restricting it, would there? Sort of like medieval times, you know, like the sort of feudal systems in the medieval times. You'd have people that lived on your land, and then you paid them a living wage, but you was basically the lord of the land that they lived on, and they lived there all their life, and they just worked for you. And you allowed them to live as a result.
Live free. Interesting.
Some people like libertarianism, but I just think, to me personally, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because I don't like the idea of like hyper-capitalism. No, I just don't like the idea of like money being the only thing that rules everything.
Yeah.
You get people who are just super mega rich through exploiting people, or eventually replacing us with robots. That's what it will lead to.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? And they're talking about getting rid of the plastic money. I wouldn't say paper, but it's not
plastic
paper.
money, yeah.
But I think the paper money, actually, because we still got out here still 20s and 50s you can use, but they're trying to get rid of them, apparently.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Trying to wedge them out, eh? Wedge. For the 50.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Shout out to DJ Lock in the building. What's going on, my brother? He celebrated his birthday the other week. Happy belated. Hit him up with a happy belated, mother lovers. You know what I mean? We celebrate another year of life. That's something special, man. Yeah. So let's catch up on these Elon Musk rebuts then. Let's hear this. Okay, Kenny Rubble says, swear Elon Musk is like an android the android in Aliens or Star Trek. Yeah, and Zuckerberg as well. But that's the thing, they got something about them that's like, right, you're not really there. Bezos as well.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, you look at the eyes and like, you're not really, are you really there though? Yeah, they don't, you know what I mean? Something, I don't know what it is. It's just something you clock in the eyes where you're like, right, bro, you're under some spell.
Yeah.
Locke says there's definitely something about him that's not right. I got a he gets megalomanic vibes from him, from Elon Musk. I hear that. Kenneth says left, right, it's the same eagle. You ain't lying. You were not lying, bruv. That's what I feel. It's all the same, coming from the same beast.
Yeah.
See it there, wow. He's got an eagle there. I mean, little Masonic symbol. Little mini Mason. A little mini Mason in the place. Little tiny micro mini pyramids and shit. Out of origami pyramids and shit like that. Yeah, no, just people like, right, what is that? Nah, nothing. Just, nothing? Yeah. Regantology said he's not convinced he's a human. Yep. Turbo Tubulicious says, I feel Musk has his own agenda, but not a good one for our future either. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like their agendas together. And then, you know, we got a shout out to see through the script. If we get him back on or get another Gematria dude on, you will see. Or even we can go through some of the websites and have a look at like the connections you see. It's like, right, for real, this shit's all synced up regardless. It makes you even wonder whether the news that is put out is actually real at all. You know, not to say all of it, every single bit, because obviously some of us have had people that have, you know, I've been on news or whatever. So there's obviously some that's real, but there's all the big bits of news just seem to be all synced up in some weird way where you're like, right, maybe it's not as, these people's birthdays maybe aren't those dates, but they're the dates that they use on Wikipedia or whatever, all the, you know, so that it can have that.
They do get the same story at every newspaper, but they just put the spin of the newspaper on it. I mean, essentially, it's the same. They're getting given the same story by, say, the military or the royal family or Number 10.
Yeah.
But depending on whether the paper's like pro Number 10 or anti Number 10, that's the spin they put on it. So if you read the paper, you're like, but I read, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, but it's the same piece of information. They didn't do any journalism. Yeah. They didn't go down there themselves and just go, is that what they actually said though? And they go, well, actually what he said it was right, he writes it down, you know.
Yeah. And it's in plain sight, man. Even down to like, because obviously some, like the stations are owned, like, you know, whether it be CNN or whoever. Yeah. And then even down to like the time that they post the shit as well will be synced up with, and it's like, yo, these are fucking deep. Like, who the fuck is telling them to do this shit? Yeah, it's very interesting, man. Oh, shit. Kenneth saying that they also had the right to sleep with your wife.
In medieval times.
Yep. You're after your marriage, yep. Crazy shit, man. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Crazy shit, yep, that's for real, man. It's a mad, like, like when you look at history, a whole bunch of crazy shit used to go down. So it's kind of mad that we're even able to live how we do now without, you know what I mean? Shit like that happening on the regs. I'm not saying it doesn't still happen.
But you're going to look back on this period any different? Probably be like, that was mad as shit. Yeah, what went on in the
but that's what I was going to lead to, is what's going on now, the type of shit that we're going through, you know what I mean, as mankind is just like, it's astonishing. It's nuts. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the people keeping their sanity out there through all of this, because yeah, it's like every day you're always hearing some bits where you're like, wow, really? Like that whole Will Smith, come on, bro, man. Like just the way they put it out there already, you can see through all that shit. Do you know what I mean? But look how people went on. Like everybody talking about it. Like, rah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That's how easily people just clocked.
And it's gone now.
Locked in, yeah. And then bam, move on to the next thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got all this shit in the background going on. So yeah, it is nuts, man. But
it's just trivial as well. Like most of the news every week, the main story that's broken is something very trivial.
yeah,
Like Will Smith or like number 10 getting fined for having a party. These are all trivial. They're trivial things. They don't really make any difference. It's like,
that's the blatant truth. That's the blatant, like, bottom line is they do not make any difference. No. Yeah.
You might as well be watching EastEnders.
They
might as well just write every week just a thing of what's happening this week in EastEnders.
It make more sense, innit?
Yeah, and at least you sort of get to watch it all play out on a screen.
Yeah, it's weird,
It's
man.
that consequential. Like, how does Will Smith, if it's in the news, how does it actually affect anybody's life? Like, how does the number 10 thing affect anybody's life? None of it does. It's just something to talk about. They're just giving us things to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that it? They're just giving you something to talk about that you're like, well, there's nothing much else going on in the world, so see Will Smith. Like, yeah, did you see? Right, I read this. Well, I'll give you this opinion. That's what I read about.
Do you think, like, now...
Opinion. I read this.
Do you think... Yeah. But this opinion, this is real.
People go work in, like, London, they read the Metro, right? Do you think they go to work and they're like, do you see Will Smith? I think this. And the other one's like, yeah, so do I. And then they're just all like... Yeah, I think that as well. It's like really boring. Like they've all just read the same report.
Yeah. It's true, man. Yeah, I've had a few back and forth with people about whether it's real or not and all that. In the end, exactly what you're saying. You're like, well, it doesn't even matter.
No.
But bam, that's how it gets you. Just clocks you, bam, in the head. And then you're dazed. And now you're just in this world of like, was it real? Was it not? Was it it? Was it? Yeah, but I saw it. What's so-and-so saying? What's till you're exhausted from it. And bam, you don't want to talk about it. 3 days max, innit?
Yeah.
It's hilarious, man.
The first day is taking it in and just believing what it is. The second day is looking for alternative sources and weighing up the information. The third day is just like, no, I don't believe it. Or, yeah, I do believe it. Or,
and look, these lot dropped some gems for real. Locke said it's just stories to make you angry or manipulate your emotions. Bang on. And then look what it does. Ken F saying it's all distraction to keep us divided so we don't rise up. And like, essentially, when you think about it, if there weren't all these distractions, there'll probably be a quicker road to rising up. But because there's so much shit that has people just like fixed on whether it be, but think about this, not just Will Smith and all that, but football, all the things that people think is normal, that is like, right, actually, what are we doing? Like, what is this doing? What is this, what part of my life is this really to me? You know, but you know, all the sports, music, you know, all these different forms of entertainment, entertain to taint. You know what I mean? The mind, like all these different things. If people weren't, and then they'd realize, like, oh, these people are messing with us, man. Like they're just feeding us bread and circuses, so we don't know what they're really doing. Like making billions and billions within some friggin' 2-year span, like on some crazy level. This shit never been done before in human history. You know what I mean? So yeah, in that sense, common sense is, as always, dropping the bombs, mother lovers. All right, man. Let's do this then. Man says work 8 hours. Yeah, Kenneth says work 8 hours, sleep 8 hours. Don't have much. and it's like, don't have much time for anything. Think about that. You go in for 8 hours. That's not just it. It's about 2 hours prep, travel. Some people wait even longer. And then 2 hours, an hour or something coming back home. And how much time have you got for yourself, for your family? Bam, go sleep. Same thing again. You know what I mean?
Yet another reason to do intermittent fasting. Just get up, go to work, come home, don't eat, just do whatever you've got to do. Save yourself 2 hours. No, kids, we're fasting.
Right, the kids have got to do it as well. Nah, that's dark, boy. Only if they want to. Fuck, but yeah, imagine that, man. That would be the way. But yeah, some of you lot might have to get on that soon, man. I'm not trying to say there's going to be food shortage, but you might want to learn intermittent fasting.
You should at least know how to not eat. That's the thing, Even if you don't do it every, like part of a regime, you should at least do it once.
Yeah.
And just see what
just
it's like not to eat for a day.
Yeah.
Because the first time you do it, it is quite difficult.
Yeah.
But then you could, you can sort of build it in slowly that way, can't you? And just start off by missing the meal or something.
Yeah, that's how you start off. Yeah, just miss your breakfast, and then next, go on to like missing your lunch and all that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't eat till I think it was 8 today. I broke fast about 20 past 8 or something. And it's also keeping yourself busy is the other thing. When you're not busy, that's when you want to munch on something. That's when you eat. That's when your belly's like, yo, what the fuck's going on, bro? But yeah, it's all about up here. You've got all the nutrition you need. You've been eating. It's in you. It's in your. What do you think you're made of? Do you know what I mean? You can last. Just have a little drink of water. You might think you're hungry. You're just thirsty, bruv.
Unless you don't. Unless you don't want to lose your muscles. You're going to need to have some protein or fruit.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you can, if you want to chisel out, you won't lose your muscles. You just lose the fat first. Yeah. That's what goes first.
And also with fasting, it is less intense on the muscle.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. That's. Even I'll say that.
I mean, what do I know, man? I'm just out here.
No, it is. It is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right. It does the fat first.
And on that note, on me being right, first of all, let's give a shout out once more to the cmosboss.co.uk. Make sure you hit them up if you want to get any of your CMOS products. And type in about 20 for 20% off any of your products from the cmosboss.co.uk. Also, let's shout out to cannasalesuk.com. CBD products, all types, sativa, indica, full spectrum. If you want to get 20% off from there, make sure you type in SYMNNKNA. That's SYMNNKNA, something you might not never know nothing about as an acronym. And you get yourself 20% off all orders. Make sure, bitches and bitchettes. I'm telling you, products we're making you aware of are definitely of a high level. You know what I mean? You can tell now by my voice of chocolate velvet cake. High as a mother lover. Shout out to Yamor, Regantology. Shout out to Youngblood. Shout out to DVG, Conscious Minds TV. Big up to Bruce Rillis, Kenny Rebel. We love you, mother lovers, man. Always locking in. Regantology. We appreciate you each and every week, man. Shout out to Blade, man. Yo, honored to get him on. Shout out to Nice One, JM. Appreciate you. Ken F. Thanks for locking in, man, getting involved. It's always a good chat. Hopefully next week we can get our guest in. I'm sure, there's a good reason why he couldn't make it. Shout out to Teddy T. But we'll make sure we get him in. If not, we'll do our best to get someone else, man. Shout out to Turbo Tubalicious. I'm going to come check you, mother lover. I'm off for a couple weeks, so I'm going to be Shout out to DJ Lock. Yeah. Big up to Irish, man. Always. CMOS Boss. I got to check you as well, by the way. You know what I mean? Got to get my bladder rack, get my ID popping. Yeah. Big up all the crew locked in. As always, man. Each and every Wednesday right here. We do our best to make sure it's each and every Wednesday. Sometimes we can't make it, but we'll let you know if we can't. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button for people who might, you know what I mean? People that might like this podcast, man. What else?
We'll send you the measurements. We'll send you the measurements over. We was going to bring a tape measure in and do it now, but we haven't got a tape measure.
We ain't got a tape measure? I thought we had one. We were going to do it on the show, man. Because for real, you're more...
see if I can get one.
Are you sure, yeah?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we feel... You know what I mean? It's been a minute now. Your more was like, yo, let me know if you want a little artwork done. I feel like I need to do some artwork for you. Like, we was like, rah. And then trying to work out where to get it done as well was, you know what I mean? Where would we put it? And then D was like, yeah, you know what? We need something for that door. Because I don't know if people can see the door. Oh, yeah, you can see the door. Yeah, the door needs some form of artwork. And plus, door rhymes with more. You're more. So we better... It's time now we measure the door, for sure. Okay. So live on air, we're making sure we do this shit. There's no way. You know what? Even you can shout out the measurements. Bam.
Okay.
And we got it.
First measurement.
See, Masonic work right here. He's trying to start it out.
575.
575. First measurement, 575. Millimeters. Yeah. This is how real it is. That's width, by the way. You know what I mean? I know my Masonic shit as well, bruv. You know, man coming with a ruler and a rubber and a pencil, talking about, third degree, twice removed, once jaw dropped. Yeah, go ahead.
And then 990 millimeters.
Length, 990 millimeters. Height, 990 millimeters. All right. Now I know D's probably got that in. You got that stored. Yeah. I thought you was drawing for the pencil.
575.
Yeah, stored.
Well, no, it's not.
It's not behind the ear. The compass, the square, the pencil behind my ear. Yo. All right, yo, more. So we got that now. Finally. And we're looking forward to see what she conjures up, man. You know what I mean? It's always a blessing to see her name pop up in the comments.
Yeah.
The original comment sensor. Yo, so it's about that time, man. We got to bounce. Yes, always, man, always. We got to bounce now. Because, you know, sometimes... I was going to go into Frank Sinatra right there. Start spreading the news. Yo, thanks for locking in, my beloveds. We will be back next week. I'm looking forward to next week, man. Hopefully, if we get him in, it's going to go deep,
oh,
D.
Yeah.
It's going to go deep. You know what I mean? Make sure you spread the word. As always, we're going to make sure we're back for 420. Oh, yeah, actually, no. You know what we'll do? 420 is going to be, yeah. We'll chat off it. Yeah. Yo, so anyway. Yeah, my name is MysDiggi. That's DanDNA. This is some shit you might not never know nothing about. And guess what, bitches, bitchettes, and all the rest of you lot. We're out. Mother lovers.